What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be doing the match analysis from the match yesterday between Barcelona and Athletic Club in the semi-final of the Spanish Super Cup, where Barcelona did come out on top 2-0 victorious. We're going to be discussing, of course, some of the key details of this match, analyzing his performance, some individual performances, while also discussing 5 key things that we did learn from this game. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try and get to 200 likes on this video. It would be very much appreciated. And also, if you are new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Now, the first thing that we learned from this match is that Barcelona's final third productivity could come costly in key moments for the second half of the season, and it almost probably cost us in this game as well. First, you can see here on the screen that the Barcelona average rating for each player according to SofaScore from the starting lineup. Few gray areas there, of course, but mainly some greens and also some few, light blues for, of course, star performances. But overall, I think the team was like a 7.19 rating as a whole. You can see here, of course, the average positioning of the players in this match as well. On the left hand side is the starting lineup, and on the right hand side is with the substitutions being incorporated. Now, first on the left hand side, you can see again Raphinha and Lewandowski tucking in very inside and also very deep as well, with everyone else probably in the position where I do expect them. Gavi holding a lot on the right hand side. That was due, of course, to connectivity with Lamine Yamal, despite the fact that he actually scored from the left hand side. But again, Raphinha and Lua dropping a bit too deep, and of course Raphinha not holding the width as you would like to see, but he is, of course, that inverted forward. Right hand side, of course, substitutions coming in, basically just mayhem if you're being completely honest. Of course, you have Frankie, Fermin Lopez coming into the midfield. You can see Ferran Torres where his positioning was, which just shows that Barcelona are playing more so of a deep block, trying to defend the game while he came in. Now, if you take a look at some of the stats from this match, first you of course have the possession, which is 56% in the favor of Barcelona. 7 big chances, of course, in this game. 14 shots, 5 goalkeeper saves, 2 corner kicks, 8 fouls, 521 passes, 24 tackles, 13 free kicks, and 1 yellow card. Now, you have to talk about the main part here, which is in the middle here, the shot map and the shot statistics. You can see that map where we had many of our shots in this game. Of the 14 of them, 3 of them, of course, coming outside the box, 11 inside the box, 8 of them on target, 4 of them off target, 2 of them were blocked. The issue here, of course, is the big chances scored that we did have, of course, was 2. Big chances missed, 5. I mean, it's becoming a real issue in my books. The amount of chances that not only did we create, but also were missing. So we, of course, created 7 and missed 5, which is a terrible conversion rate. You can also see, of course, in the top right here, the heat concentration where the ball was spent majority for this game for Barcelona. You can see there, of course, middle of the park on the both flanks, you could say. 2 through balls, 21 touches in the area, 2 fouls in the final third, and 4 offsides. Again, it's just very annoying to see that many chances missed for Barcelona. 5 in a game like this, where it's again a 1 game do or die. It's not like the league where you can say, okay, let's look at the next game potentially as an excuse. There's no excuses here. 5 missed chances, probably I would say 3 of them coming from Raphinha and 1 from Lewandowski, from your star attackers, your best trio, best front 3 in Europe, is not even unacceptable. It's disgraceful to see. You can miss a couple, yeah, sure, but missing this much in a game like this, I would say, is a lot of worrying signs. Now, some more stats here we do have on the left-hand side, where the average position of where the ball was spent in this game: 47% in the middle, 33% in the half of Barcelona, and then 20% in the half of Athletic Club. So again, a lot of the ball spent in Barcelona defensive third. 437 accurate passes were completed, 19 throw-ins, 46 final third entries. We completed 54% of our long balls, which is actually not too bad for us, to be fair. We won 53% of our duels, 11 times we were dispossessed in this game, 57% successful in the ground duels, 37% in the air, 38% on the dribble, and then we won about half our tackles. But again, the main issue to discuss here is the missed chances and how Barcelona do lack that final cutting edge in the final third. It's been really evident over the past month. When we were flying in the first 2 months of the season, we were scoring chance after chance after chance. We'd miss a few, but like, you know what, you've scored so many, we can let those slide. It'd probably be the opposite. We scored 5 and missed 2. You're like, all right, you missed those 2, it's fine, your productivity was still higher. But now it's being 360'd on the opposite side, and that is a major concern. And the issue is that Flick really has nothing off the bench to really impose in the starting starting lineup because Ferran Torres ain't doing nothing. Ansu Fati can't even get on the freaking bench at this point. So serious questions need to be asked about those starting players who are missing these chances and the need to up their conversion rate. We cannot be going for the rest of this season scoring more chances than we have missed. It is not going to go well. It will cost us in due course. It's just delaying the inevitable. So in order to prevent the inevitable from coming, you have to be more clinical in those chances. So again, the chances are being created, which of course is a good sign, but the conversion needs to be increased. Now, the second thing that we learned from this match is a new genuine debate at Barcelona on who should and will be the starting goalkeeper going forward after the phenomenal performance of Wojciech Szczęsny last night. Got an 8.5 SofaScore rating, the highest in Barcelona, of course played in goal. In the match played 90 minutes, had 5 saves. He attempted 6 runouts and completed all 6, had 2 high claims, 1 save inside the box, 71 touches, 86% pass accuracy, only misplacing 7 passes, which to be honest, I thought he did more based on how the game went. He attempted 13 long balls and completed 6, so just under half. He had 5 clearances, he attempted 1 aerial duel and completed it. This was one of the best goalkeeper performances I've seen in quite some time now, probably since the Xavi double season when Ter Stegen was on a flyer. So it's been about a year and a half since we've seen a stellar performance in goal like we did from Szczęsny last night. 2 games for him in 2025, 2 clean sheets as well. The first time that Barcelona kept 2 clean sheets back to back to start off a year since 2014. And now, to be honest, the ball is in Flick's court. Again, Szczęsny was not supposed to start this game. It was not planned from the start, but due to Iñaki Peña getting late for the activation session in the morning, it of course forced Flick to bench him. And now it's up to him. I honestly believe this is probably the most tough decision going in to the final this Sunday in terms of the starting 11, because I think the answer is quite clear, but with Flick, he loves to do the opposite and loves to go against the green. I think every single Barcelona fan would tell you that Szczęsny should start. Yes, Iñaki Peña is probably better with his feet, but the composure, the elegance, and the confidence that Szczęsny brings, I think trumps the being able to play out from the back. And again, you look at his stats, only 86% pass accuracy, not too shabby for a game where he was, of course, heavily involved. But I feel like Flick is going to go back and say, oh, Iñaki Peña is my number 1. He just was late once. I just wanted to punish him and bring him back in. But if Flick is smart, if he goes on form, goes on who the better player is, right now it's Szczęsny. And what I love about this is that we all knew this was the case. Look at my match analysis after the Clásico where Iñaki Peña played well. He has some other few good games, of course, Peña, but every time you bring in that question mark, I'm bringing up the fact of why you're bringing it in Szczęsny. Why'd you go and get Szczęsny? Why'd you force him out of retirement to come play for Barcelona? Why'd you have to use Lewandowski as, you know, a pawn to get him in early? This is the reason for that. So huge, monumental decision ahead for Flick on what to do in the GK position. After that stunning performance from Szczęsny last night, there is now a massive debate. Now, the third thing that we learned from this game is how Pedri is basically controlling how this team plays, how the team moves going forward, how the team moves defensively, and also how his composure is one of the best, if not the best, in midfield in Europe. He got a 7.3 SofaScore rating, as you can see from his heat map, of course, played mainly on the left-hand side of the midfield. In the match, he played 90 minutes, had 80 touches, 88% pass accuracy, only misplacing 7 passes. He had the 8 long balls and completed 5 of them, had a 1 shot on target, the 2 dribbles, completed 1 of them, attempted 10 ground duels and won 6 of them, lost possession 12 times, did not commit a foul, almost fouled himself once, had 1 clearances, 1 interception, and a total of 4 tackles completed. What was stunning about Pedri in this game was his ability to make certain movements to expand not only Barcelona's range of play, but also exploit Bilbao's awareness out of possession. What I mean by that is that when Inigo and Balde a lot of the times had that ball on the left-hand side, of course Pedri playing on the left of the midfield, they'd find Pedri in the middle. He would do these intricate movements where he would dummy to the right-hand side, forcing the Bilbao players thinking that he's going to go this way, switch really quickly, and the switch Kounde, Lamine, Yamal was on, the inside pass to Gavi was always on as well, and also his composure when he gets pressed by 1 or 2 players. We always talked about, Busquets being the most anti-press player we've seen ever. Pedri is getting close to him because he gets there's I think 2 or 3 moments in the game where he got triple man press, lost the ball, he claimed foul for one of them, wasn't given. A lot of times though he could double press and he works out of it well on his own, and that comes to not only believing in your own ability but also having the certain composure at a high level to of course perform that as well. What Pedri brings to this team is second to none, and this is why it's going to be hard for the likes of Christensen, Bernal when he comes back, Frankie de Jong, Gavi when Dani Olmo comes back, to break this double pivot of Pedri and Casado. Because Pedri in the 8 just brings a whole different dynamic to this team that is ineffective with him in the 10. And of course, Casado being that workhorse, being that ball winner, you need him there as well. Pedri is just on another planet. If you haven't, and if you're bored, go watch a comp of him from this game. It is absolute elegance of the highest level. Now, the fourth thing that we learned from this game is how useful Gavi will be for the squad in the long term, as we all predicted, but also how freaking good he is for Barcelona, especially in Spanish Super Cup action. In the match, he got an 8.3 SofaScore rating. See from CMAP, of course, playing a lot down the right-hand side, like we saw in the average positioning at the beginning of the video, but of course was set as kind of the attacking midfielder for this game. In the match, he played 73 minutes, had 1 goal, 1 assist, 29 touches, 90% pass accuracy, only misplacing 2 passes. He had 3 key passes in this game: 1 big chance created, 1 shot on target, 1 shot blocked. He attempted 5 ground duels and won 2 of them, 2 aerials, didn't win either of them. Only lost possession 4 times in this game, was not fouled in this game, but did commit a foul once, and he also completed a total of 2 tackles. This is what you want in a player whose job is simply win the ball back, progress the ball forward, create chances, which there's different profiles that you want to see. In a 10, you have, of course, the Dani Olmo one, which is technique, progressive runs forward, find that cutting edge, shots from distance, scoring. Then you have the other attacking midfielder, which kind of fits the mold of, like a Gavi or a Pedri, which is just elegance, control, spraying, keeping the tempo going. Gavi was kind of a mold of both today. He was doing a lot of the second one, the latter that I mentioned, which is, spraying, creating chances, making movements. Of course, that dummy for Lamine Yamal as well in the first half was fantastic as well. But you're seeing him making runs forward in the box, of course, scoring the goal as well, creating the goal for Lamine Yamal. But this is what Gavi can do. And he's a very rare and unique profile in football, which every top club in the world would bite your hand and pay whatever they can, if available, to bring in. And this is the level that Gavi has. We knew about this as well. That's why his injury was, him recovering from his injury was so important. Recovering early, having a month or 2 to really get back to full fitness, and now we're seeing prime peak Gavi, and we all know the ability of him as well. He also said after the game that he's very happy about his performance, that he was tired, that's why he was subbed off. There's no injury, he cannot wait to look forward to playing the final. And with now this being said, it does now open up the option for Flick to use more midfielders in his lineup. I think with Gavi now performing at a very, very high level, he will be contesting the likes of Raphinha, the likes of Lamine Yamal, because a winger will have to be sacrificed to bring in Gavi into this team, and that's a problem that Xavi suffered with a lot, and I think Flick will suffer with the exact same thing. Of course, injuries will force your hands, but with everyone fully fit, that is where the conundrum really comes in. Nonetheless, though, Gavi, I think the workhorse mentality of this player is absolutely unbelievable, diving for headers in game and, putting his body on the line to not only win the ball back, but even just, stop a counterattack is something that any team in the world would take, and thankfully, he's wearing the red and blue. And the fifth and final thing that we learned from this game is, again, how influential Lamine Yamal is for this team. Despite the fact he might have a quiet performance or maybe not be too effective, he's still integral to how Barcelona play, build up, transition, and also always in the end affects Barcelona's results. Again, him as a starter, the highest conversion rate of Barcelona winning is still continuing. He got a 7.6 SofaScore rating. Of course, in this heat map, you can see playing on the right wing. In the match, he played 63 minutes, so only about an hour. 1 goal, 37 touches, misplaced 8 passes with a total of 56% pass accuracy, which doesn't look too great on the eye. 1 key pass, had 2 shots on target, 1 shot off target, attempted 4 dribbles, completed 2 of them, missed 1 big chance, he had 9 ground duels and won 5 of them, lost possession 14 times, committed 1 foul, was out himself 3 times, and also had 4 interceptions in total. But the first thing I want to talk about with Lamine Yamal is his work rate off the ball today was fantastic. It's one that we criticized a lot of Ousmane Dembele in the past, of course, now tracking back defensively. When Kounde was caught out a lot out of position in some of the moments in this game, he was the one making that run back. Of course, had that great tackle against, I believe it was Berenguer in the box to stop a massive counterattack from Bilbao. But with Lamine Yamal, it's just that X factor, really. We've seen, of course, in the past with the likes of Messi or Dembele or prime Ansu Fati, these players that just provide that scary edge for defense, like, okay, so Lamine Yamal coming up against me. He had a quiet game, I would say, overall. Still got a goal, was still impactful, missed a big chance, which of course was annoying. And this is why Flick probably went ahead and risked him straight off an injury. And that's why I was saying after the Leganes game, having him for the Super Cup is going to be absolutely monumentally crucial. The fact that he even played an hour in this game is a shock to me, but also a massive boost for us. This is a unique player finally getting a goal for the first time since the 4-0 Clasico at the end of October, and hopefully again, I think what he needs to really focus on a little bit now is the fine-tuning his end product. Again, his assist, productivity, build-up play, fantastic, fine-tuning that finishing, and he will be unstoppable. So that was my match analysis from the match yesterday between Athletic Club and Barcelona in the semi-final of the Spanish Super Cup. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, make sure you drop a like down below, and of course in the comments down below as well, let me know your thoughts on everything we did discuss alongside those 5 key things I mentioned. If you agree or disagree, any other points I did forget to mention, and of course make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.